Yeah.
No worry about this.
A bucket list is somebody that only has this world. Diburei Emuna, Chelek Beis, we have a Daf Nun Gimel. Okay, Diburei Emuna, Chelek Beis, Daf Nun Gimel. I can say third time's a third strike. All right. So we said the story about the fortune teller, which is the Baal Davar, the Chavdet person. And he says this awesome and unbelievable story is the story of every person, wherever it is. This Yid that was captured by the fortune teller, he was a God-fearing man. But because his no was not an absolute no. Ja gewollt, nicht gewollt. He wanted, didn't want. And he tumbled and fell to wherever he tumbled. Who could have foreseen the depth of the bad kavanah of the fortune teller? This horrible, horrendous Yetzer Hara. But this we have to extract from the story that Rabbeinu HaKodesh told by himself, that each and every one of us has this fortune teller. Like this, something like that, that can deceive each and every one of us with his manipulations and capture him. Unless you eradicate him immediately and decisively and without any hemming and hawing. The answer has to be one. No. No. Now, if a person would have lived according to the absolute truth, he wouldn't come to all this. This is because it's very difficult to stand, to withstand the Yetzer Hara, the fortune teller that deceives that seduces a person, through fictional and paper mache, papier mache, whatever they call it, successes. You can only defeat the Yetzer Hara through the clear, crystal clear truth. A real, absolute truth, Shabbat truth. That's the one you can win all the wars. Truly, every person will look at himself, you'll see that he's very, very far from the truth. But nevertheless, there is an answer for that. There is a refuah for that. Talk to HaKadosh Baruch Hu a lot. A lot. The more you speak Diburei Emuna, the more you say words of truth, the more there will be engraved in him a nekuda which is like the truth, which is like the truth itself. So what do you mean like the truth? It's either the truth, it's not the truth. But if you remember Torah Aleph, we learn that when a person connects the Olavana to Orachama, the Emuna, the Malchus to the Chochma, the Emuna to the truth, it creates the Olavana Nasake Orachama. It equalizes the light of the moon to the light of the sun. So he asked, when we learned this Torah, he says, but the light of the moon is never like the light of the sun. Even if they were the same size, the sun is the one, it's the source of light. The moon is only a reflection. So it's not like, but what it means is that when you go with the moon and you believe in the truth, and the Malchus is the Diburei, Malchus Peh, right? When you talk a lot about the Emes, and you mention the Emes, you're zoicha to a reflection of the Emes. As much as you are capable on your level, you're zoiche to a true reflection. That if you follow it, you will get eventually to the true emes. This is what he's saying here, is it will be engraved in him. Dafka in Torah Alpha, remember, is that the emes is, the chen is chokek, it engraves. B'nachas tishmoy. Main emes, to be saved from the net of the fortune teller that is successful in seducing with supposed and fictional successes from all kind of fictional heterim and says, as long as you don't hold clearly with this, as long as you don't hold this true clarity, everybody is more ahead to himself. You're allowed this, you're allowed that, there's nothing to worry about. And a person turns his entire life into a Gordian knot of fake heter. And who knows what the end is going to be. But the way, where is he? Right.
You're going to drop names for it.
We're talking about a friend who's supposed to come to learn with us. Yeah, it's names.
He looks at this, he watches them.
If you see, if you're watching them, where are you? Come over here, we're waiting for your chair's right here. This is your chair. This coffee here also waiting for you. Really, the end will be. So before us, we have a very simple example that the people are so nichshel because of this clip of Moira. Is there a worse affair than Diburei Emuna? He says, in the Sfar Makdoshim, it is brought that the harshest din v'cheshbon that they do with a person when his time comes is bittul zman. You threw away the time, especially when during this waste of time, you're just wasting your time in idle chats and whatever it is, and a person is washed away into the of schoik, of comedy and licentiousness. Gival. I once heard a mashal about this. A person, La'aleinu is ill. He's ill. Everybody does it, daven's for him, and the way Ataki should be like this, bring achonas. And he says, what's the meaning over here? If a person lives his life without guarding his time, he says it's like somebody was riding on a bus next to you, okay? And he has a pack of dollar bills. There's a pack of $1 bills. And he's traveling on the bus, and he takes a dollar bill and throws it out the window. You go, whoop. He takes another dollar, he builds an airplane, out the window. Then make a really fancy one out the window. And like this, the entire trip just makes airplanes and make all kinds of, origami, whatever it is, it flies and doesn't fly, whatever it is, and, falls in, it makes like a sphere, fills up with water, and throws it at somebody. So he throws it out the window. He gets to the bus stop. He runs out of money. He says, can you do me a favor? Give me some money. I need to get somewhere. Hit the tzad. I remember we used to ask Rabbi Yitzchok about, how do you get bracha in the time? There's so much to learn. There's Zohar. Somebody's trying to open the door. Anyhow, This is like, how do you get bracha in time? So Yov used to say, guard the time. You have a bracha in the time. If you're not using the time you're given, what are you asking to have bracha in the time? You should be able to do more. First of all, guard the time. He says, bracha b'zman is shmiras zman. Guard your time. He says, why do people, says Gewalt, why do people are taking so light, such a big avera? The teretz is the Yetzer Hara, it dulls, it desensitizes the feeling. It lowers, it's okay, it's a big game. Can't do it with my shoulder anymore. Look at him, caught the standing like, It takes a little bit of this, not a big deal. And then you repeat it, but again, it becomes a heter. So it says, you're involved. There's a star, there's a concealment. And there's a concealment within a concealment. You know, a secret within a secret. That a person himself doesn't even know that he's in darkness. That's like, no, until it becomes total heter. And that's how the days go by. And the years go by. Until you get there, what are we going to say in the judgment day? Let's say that we were able to, that we didn't really mean anything bad. We were mistaken, we were duped. Okay, let's say that we're able to say that. But what's the substitute? How great is what could have been? What we could have earned during this precious time that passes just in front of our eyes. Instead of relying on fictional heterim and leaning on terutzim, I was shaking. I didn't know, I didn't that. There is no property like time, as valuable as time. Another example of Allah's eter is the zilzal, the taking light of the precious time. People don't relate seriously to the time that is passing before their eyes without using it, without grabbing goodness while they're at it. If a person will be able to be poor by himself, to be makbid on shmiras hazman, he will earn an unbelievable treasure. Really, it's an unbelievable yesod, unbelievable foundation of avodas Hashem, not to frit away the time, not to throw away the time on nonsense. Time is the tool with which you can advance a lot in avodas Hashem. It is known that, the cry of the big eagle in the story of the seven beggars, stop being poor, use your treasures. The main treasure is time. The time is an unbelievably precious treasure. You can make unbelievable profits. Even from a little time, a pintel of time. It is known, the Meister of the Größer 5 minutes, the great 5 minutes. It was Erev Shabbos Kodesh. It was through all this lachatz, this pressure of making present. So Reb Nosson said to Nachman Tulchin that when 5 minutes, pass, let me know. And he saw that Reb Nosson is standing by the mezuzah, and he makes his veledus. And then when Reb Nachman Tulchin, tells Reb Nosson that 5 minutes were up, Reb Nosson says, Rav Nachman, how great 5 minutes. Great 5 minutes. He has such a simcha. He was able in 5 minutes to daven and talk to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We'll talk a little bit more about this. We can talk.